Good evening, and welcome to the Autism Blogcast. Happy New Year! I'm Jim Mancini.
And I'm Rafe Bernier. Autism doesn't stop for New Year's, and neither do we. So first up this evening, last month results were published from a drug trial that did not indicate overall improvement, but did hint of potential benefit for a small group of individuals with autism. The trial, completed in 2012, was designed to test the effectiveness of arbaclofen on the treatment of social withdrawal and autism. Now, the group receiving arbaclofen did not differ from the control group, which received a placebo, on a parent questionnaire assessing social withdrawal. As such, the trial was considered a failure because of the finding with that particular outcome measure. However, clinicians, when naive to study group membership, found that there was some measure of improvement for the arbaclofen group. Now, this improvement was driven really by a subset of those receiving the drug. That is 13% of the 76 individuals taking the drug. So not everyone improved. In fact, most did not. But for that small group, we observed clear benefit from the drug. So the notion of treatment effectiveness for a subgroup of individuals shouldn't really be surprising for any of our viewers, given they've heard us talk about the heterogeneity of autism. Autism is diverse in terms of presentation and in causes, and therefore we wouldn't expect all treatments to work for all kids with autism. What arbaclofen does is it enhances signals in the brain that attenuate brain activity. So we anticipate that only individuals for whom brain activity needs to be dampened would respond to this treatment. So as a result of the findings of this trial, it was considered a failure, and the drug company went out of business. However, the drug was picked up by a private foundation with plans for trials in the future.
So, sounds like this drug seems to be helpful for a small group of people with autism.
That's right. Thanks, Jim, for stating that in a much clearer way.
Well, I am a speech-language pathologist, so it's kind of my job.
Fair enough.
We saw a lot of changes in 2016, some positive, including increased coverage for ABA for federal employees, funding statewide in Washington for parent-to-parent programs, increased funding available through the Developmental Disability Administration, and just recently, President Obama signed a law that aims to provide improved mental health support for millions of Americans. 2017, however, brings a degree of uncertainty with the upcoming change in administration. We have a new president who has publicly mocked a person with a disability and has vowed to dismantle the Department of Education and the Office of Civil Rights. A possible attorney general who argued against rights provided by federal law to children with disabilities in regards to inclusion and discipline. And finally, a possible secretary of education who has lobbied extensively for school vouchers and charter schools, ideas that have historically not benefited children with disabilities and their families.
So we'll be covering these stories and more during our annual State of Autism 2017 Autism 200 class, which will be taking place on January 19th.
Don't miss your chance to see Jim and Rafe live. Hope to see you there.